The main use of Dolphin Gemma is to eventually look at their natural language patterns and match it with the underwater video. That's how we really figure out their language at the head.
Cracking the Enigma code changed the course of World War II. What Google's DeepMind just did feels like cracking the code of the whole planet. They called the model Dolphin Gemma and fed it decades of dolphin audio, not to build a dictionary, but to see if a machine could uncover structure in a non-human language. What came back wasn't labels. It was an oral saga, a living archive older than our civilizations, and inside it was a modern warning so precise and terrifying the lead scientists went pale. It started in a climate-controlled server room where the hum of racks was the loudest thing in the building. DeepMind's Dolphin project had long been treated as a curiosity. Could we translate non-human communication? Dr. Denise Hertzing's team had assembled the largest archive of cetacean vocalizations ever collected. Over 100 petabytes, clicks and whistles gathered across 5 decades in every ocean basin. For the first 18 months, progress was incremental. The AI learned to identify signature whistles, individual names, and to link patterns to behaviors. A click train for fish here, a low hum for danger. Fascinating, useful, but not conversation in the human sense. More like understanding that a dog's bark can mean different things. Hertzing suspected something deeper. The dolphin brain, heavier than ours with a far more folded cortex, hinted at conceptual depth. The breakthrough came after the team rewired the model to hunt for syntax, the hidden grammar beneath the noise. They retrained Dolphin Gemma on the entire archive and let it process for 72 hours. Then a single translation appeared: memory. That one word changed everything. Memory implies time, history, narrative. Suddenly, the archive looked less like animal noises and more like a library. Another run produced a new phrase: the long dark. Poetic, ominous, it suggested events, feelings, context. With the interpretive door open, translations sped up. Dolphin Gemma showed that dolphins don't trade discrete one-dimensional signals. They send rich, multi-dimensional packets, images, sensations, time-layered scenes encoded with sonar and voice. A click train could carry more data than a 100-page book. Their speech painted pictures with sound, embedding spatial detail and emotion, effectively seeing with hearing. The AI reconstructed an oral history passed mother to calf across thousands of years. Dolphins recounted Ice Age shorelines, inundated landmarks, migrations and geological events, even eruptions like Santorini. Names for submerged reefs had survived 10,000 years, transmitted through perhaps 400 dolphin generations. We realized there was a planetary archive we'd ignored. Then a pattern emerged that shifted from astonishing to chilling. Across widely separated populations, repeated references appeared to a phenomenon they called the deep sound. Unlike ancient memories, mentions of this event clustered recently, rising sharply about 75 years ago and growing worse. Using timestamps and location metadata, the team cross-matched every mention with human industrial activity. The map that unfolded drained the room of color. The deep sound lined up with deep-sea oil exploration, naval sonar sweeps, and the accelerating thump of seabed mining. To us, it's background noise. To dolphins, creatures whose world is acoustic, it's catastrophic. Translations revealed grim detail. The deep sound didn't just annoy, it broke echolocation. Blinded and disoriented animals drove pods from ancestral grounds and fractured social bonds. Worse, the dolphins repeatedly described sensitivity to planetary magnetics. Their descriptions suggested resonances and vibrations that might interfere with the liquid outer core, the engine of Earth's magnetic shield. If that interpretation holds, industrial acoustic energy is doing more than injuring wildlife. It could be perturbing a global system that helps protect life on Earth. Scientists in the room went white. This wasn't myth. It was a warning encoded by a long-lived, acoustically tuned intelligence. The findings leaked. Governments convened emergency briefings. Corporations denied the claims, forums filled with speculation. Between mainstream and fringe, serious scientists asked, if another species is sending a credible alarm about planetary risk, do we have a moral duty to change course? Then the theories grew stranger. One view casts dolphins as ecological sentinels, evolved or placed to sense planetary imbalance and issue alarms. A darker hypothesis invokes translations about a sleeper beneath the crust, a vast, ancient entity that rhythmic, industrial pounding might rouse. In that version, the deep sound is a dinner bell. Whether you accept the magnetics warning, the planetary guardian idea, or the nightmare of a sleeping leviathan, the result is the same. Humanity has been handed an intelligible voice not of ours. We are at a crossroads. Do we heed a message that asks us to halt trillions in economic activity to avert an uncertain but potentially existential risk? Or do we ignore an intelligible plea and gamble with systems we barely understand? Dolphin Gemma has changed the conversation. The planet may be speaking in ways we didn't know how to hear. What would you do? Drop your thoughts below. And if you want more stories that alter the way you see the world, like and subscribe.